Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. First, the headlines. Two toddlers burnt alive in locked room in Akure. Clerics caught with live cartridges. Other bizarre items in Rivers State. Kenyan man caught carrying body parts in backpack. I'm Gloria Atta with these and more. Welcome. The need for enhanced research and development and reverse engineering has been stressed. It was amplified during the just concluded combined third and fourth quarters conference of the Nigerian Army School of Electrical and Mechanical Engineering in Auchi, Edo State. Nafisa Bello has the details.
Highlighting some of the challenges and achievements of the school in particular, and the Nigerian Army in general, the Corps Commander of Electrical and Mechanical Engineers, Major General Baba Yahya, harped on the need for training and retraining of officers to enhance productivity. He also encouraged the officers to remain committed in the various areas of responsibilities.
The year 2024 Combined Third and Fourth Quarters Conference was earlier slated for 2nd to 6th of December 2024. Unfortunately, owing to exigency of duty, it wasn't held as scheduled. The theme of this conference is Imperatives of Efficient Equipment Support and Leadership in Execution of 9 Responsibilities for the Achievement of Nigerian Army Mission Mandate in Operations. Premise of this theme, the event is aimed at fostering discussion of pertinent issues with commanders and commanding officers with a view to improving equipment support to Nigerian Army operations. The conference will also provide an avenue to discuss challenges related to administration, research and development, and compliance with maintenance of equipment. I urge you all to be committed and unrelenting in the provision of equipment support to the Nigerian Army operations. I wish to also acknowledge the commitment of Nigerian Army School of Evening Commandants in the conduct of the Combat Service Support Logistics exercises.
The lead lecture on improving NIME's research and development efforts through the application of reverse engineering was delivered by the guest lecturer, retired Major General Suleiman Labaran, who analyzed the importance of R&D in military technology.
People just call and then they say, I have a manufacturer at ABC, I have not where. What are the technical considerations to put to get us to that stage? Just mention basic research, okay, translating to applied research, and so on. Those things are absent. Education, collaboration. New collaboration with a lot of institutions, partnerships that have those kind of know-how.
On his part, the commandant of the Nigerian Army School of Electrical and Mechanical Engineering, Major General Oladele Arugundade, delivered a lecture on emotional intelligence and military leadership. The lecture, which was more of an interactive session, had as a theme an awareness. Commandant Arugundade opined that leadership is all about relationship in respect of how those at the top relate with their subordinates and vice versa, a topic the Corps Commander simply described as thought-provoking.
The world is changing, and countries, nations, and companies spend huge sums of money to keep abreast with emerging technologies. And productivity of any organization is highly dependent on the quality of its leadership. And that's why John Maxwell said, everything rises and falls on leadership. The thing about the Western identity is the fact that it is not only about you in your workplace, even your own personal life is affected. And you can see that it helps to increase leadership ability, team performance, decision making, and even improving of worldnews.
In between the lectures, there were interactive sessions where discussants and participants shared their views and contributed to the chosen topics, especially the crucial role of R&D as it affects the school as well as the Nigerian Army.
As much as possible, please never look down on anyone. Don't ever think that you know everything. It's not possible. The moment you start thinking that you know everything, that means you are trying to play God. So always leave that people that I don't know everything. Always seek advice as much as possible.
We are in technical core, the core which refers this balance work into and then. You cannot survive the work that don't have knowledge. So as an officer, you go and decide what you're supposed to do at the end. Then you go outside that to see how you can do what you do.
Getting steps to repair most of the things. So reverse engineering is not something strange to us, it's something that we do. If you look back, just like my other said, we've done it in times past, including APCs. Without mentioning the name, I'm sure there's some APCs we try to reverse engineer. What I get out of the things that we get.
As well as set of tools we use to carry out the reverse engineering. We should do something like a candidate design, with Excel software, as well as Finland. Those equipment are readily available. But the truth is, we are waiting to have them centralized, which may not be possible. So we need to think of working together as an institution instead of trying to play a competitive role.
Fielding questions on the major achievements of the school since its establishment and its benefits to Nigeria as a country and Nigerians as a people, not leaving behind ways to address the challenges of R&D in the school. Arugundade called for government intervention as research and development cannot be achieved without adequate funding.
The solution with respect to the school is that we keep driving R&D and reverse engineering effort at our own level within limited resources. We will not forget. And that's what I've been doing as I reported in the school. If you see, I'm sure you visited our exhibition stand in some various states. In fact, last year, during the Nigerian Day celebration, there were about 19 various exhibitors from within and outside Nigeria. The school came second. You understand? And all this we do within our local resources. So what we need is more encouragement. But that notwithstanding, because of the personal passion I have, and the fact that I've traveled outside this country and I know what R&D and reverse engineering has done to other armies, contemporary armies, I believe in Nigeria too we can have the same. And it only takes determination and also being intentional. And hopefully, with us having a more structured human capacity development in terms of talent spotting, I believe we'll go very far. All right. Basically, the NASEME produces the technical manpower for the Nigerian Army. And this technical manpower, what they do is to provide equipment support services to the Nigerian Army. So it's not just the infantryman or the artilleryman fighting in the field. When they fight and their APCs, their armored personnel carriers, their tanks, their guns needs maintenance or if it's war, it is the Army personnel that maintains them to enable them to keep fighting. Because when a soldier is without his weapon or is with his tanks and armored personnel carriers, then he's a civilian. It's been beneficial to the country in the sense that, to an extent, the security situation would have been worse. You know, even though we're not there yet, but we are working hard and a lot of innovations. I remember as a colonel, when I was a command workshop, we were able to modify the engines of Cobra armored personnel carriers, and they were used to use this, and it saved the country millions of naira that would have been spent on importing those parts. So, and other areas that the school has been able to affect the nation because of the technical manpower that we are producing for the Nigerian Army.
Lineup of activities put together for the 3-day event were exhibition and inspection of solar system produced by students in NASEME, fuel-less generator and other technological equipment displayed in the mechatronic lab. It also included the commissioning of a newly constructed administrative block, quarter guard, officers' mess, soldiers' club, MRS, WOs and sergeants' mess, and the unveiling of a new Naseme logo. Nafisa Bello, reporting for Clearview News Desk.
2 siblings have been reportedly roasted to death in a fire incident that gutted their home at Oluwatuyi quarters in Akure, the Ondo State capital. The toddlers, aged 3 and 5, were said to have been locked inside a room by their mother who went to the market. According to sources, on hearing of the children's death, their father collapsed and was rushed to the hospital by neighbors. It was gathered that the fire incident started at about 3:30 p.m. and burnt the children alive before help could come their way. The charred bodies of the siblings were found at the entrance of the apartment after the fire was put out and evacuated by policemen to the University of Medical Sciences Teaching Hospital, UNIMED Morgue in Akure. May their souls rest in peace. Meanwhile, no fewer than 15 lives have been reportedly lost in a multiple auto accident involving a trailer and another vehicle in the Oko-Olowo area of the Ilorin-Jeba Expressway in Kwara State. It was gathered that several others sustained varying degrees of injury in the auto crash. According to eyewitness accounts, the accident involved 2 vehicles who were traveling in opposite directions when they had the head-on collision. However, it was gathered that the cause of the accident might not be unconnected with reckless driving and excessive speeding on the road. Meanwhile, the State Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps is yet to issue an official statement as at press time. Now, 2 clerics have been arrested in Rivers State by youths and handed over to operatives of the State Police Command. The suspects, Pastor Umoren Basi and Elijah Aniete, were arrested by the youths of Rumunduru in Oregwe, Obioakpo local government area of the state. According to reports, the suspects, aged 60 and 51 respectively, are natives of Akwa Ibom State. The state's police public relations officer, Iringe Koko, while parading the suspects at the command's headquarters in Port Harcourt on Thursday, noted that preliminary investigations have revealed that bizarre items were found in the church premises, including a live cartridge, sword, 2 wooden coffins, fake naval passports, and thousands of people's pictures and passports, and several other items. According to the PPRO, Basi's Church, God Deliverance Apostolic Church, and Aniete's Powerhouse of Glory International Church are both located along Eneka Road in Rumunduru, Obiakpo Council of Rivers State. In his response, Basi claimed that he used spiritual materials for prayer as directed by God, alleging that the community planted some of the items found in his church and searched his house without a warrant. Also speaking, suspect Aniete claimed that he owns a church and was visiting Basi to discuss maritime-related issues. A man has been sentenced to 2 years imprisonment without an option of a fine for cutting off his female friend's finger after seeing her with one of his friends. The man, Masood Yusuf, who resides at Day Market, was arraigned before an Abuja magistrates court sitting in Jiwa for causing grievous hurt and assault on his female friend, contrary to sections 247 and 265 of the Penal Code. Earlier, the prosecuting counsel, J.N. Atinko, told the court that a woman, Fatima Muhammad Lawal, reported at the A Police Division in Day on January 11, accusing the man of cutting off one of her fingers and injuring her on another when she tried to protect her neck, which the convict had aimed at with a cutlass. Atinko said, based on the woman's statement, the man took the action out of annoyance after he found her with one of his friends in a room. Meanwhile, Yusuf has admitted to committing the crime, but begged the court for leniency. In a country like Nigeria with over 200 million people, it is easy for one to be overwhelmed by pressure from the surrounding environment. In this special report, Clearview's correspondent takes us through the impact of mental stress on human health and the need for every individual to pay attention to it. According to data from the World Health Organization, 1 in 4 Nigerians are suffering from mental illness, and less than 10% of this population have access to professional assistance. The report further shows that Nigeria also ranks 15th in the world on the frequency of suicide and Africa's highest caseload of depression. Mental health disorder has been reported as one of the biggest challenges facing Nigeria, with young people considered to be especially at risk, with approximately 1 in 5 adolescents experiencing some form of disorder as early as 14 to 24 years, leaving devastating effects on their performance in all areas of life, even their academics. These worrying statistics have since sparked calls for total overhaul in the country's medical and mental health care in order to arrest the problem before the country loses its younger generation to mental disorders. A non-governmental organization, Jela's Development Initiatives, believes that schools and teachers have a role to play in rewriting the narrative and promoting mental health among students. Speaking at a 4-day mental health awareness and advocacy training for teachers in public senior secondary schools in the FCT, the Chief Executive Officer and founder, Angela Ochibaye, said it is important to educate teachers on mental health issues so as to understand themselves as well as the psychosocial needs of their students to enable them deliver their curriculum effectively.
We are raising a generation of leaders, and the leaders that we're going to be having, a lot of them will come from students in public secondary schools, and these teachers play a crucial role in addressing this. So that's what we are doing. We're hoping that we would be able to have teachers understand the importance of their mental health and to see how mental health plays a major role in how they effectively, of course, deliver their curriculum. We're looking at how these teachers can work together to have accountability partners amongst themselves, how they can actually raise issues that affect them to policymakers. We are going to be having what we call a one-day strategic meeting, that these teachers will be a part of a forum to connect with other policymakers and actually speak and say these are the issues that we are going through in our schools and how can we actually make it better for the students. Apart from this 4 days training, one of the things we're going to be doing is to making sure that these teachers are stepping down the trainings in their schools. So there are 20 public secondary schools within this hall right now. So there's going to be a step down to other teachers within those 20 schools, and JDI will be monitoring that process.
Some of the beneficiaries at the event lauded the initiative and called for more platforms where teachers and students alike can talk about mental health issues in schools.
Mental health should be part of the curriculum. Not just having a club, mental health club, no. It's something that should cut across the strata. For it to be fully effective, it should be embedded in the curriculum.
The system should be reformed. Teachers should be well equipped and given a nice salary. Right from time they have not been paid well. When you pay them well, they bring a good input. They put a good input into the job. So the thing lies on our system, which our government should handle. In the House of Rep and the House of Senate, they should also bring out laws that will favor teachers. Bring out laws that will make it settling. At least when you are teaching for the next, you have spent maybe 10, 15 years, you should own a house. When you have that, it will help. Mentally, you are comfortable, you are relaxed, you can now impart knowledge.
The 5-year project, which drew 40 heads of departments from 20 public secondary schools in the Federal Capital Territory, featured interactive sessions among stakeholders. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news on Clearview News Desk. We will be back after this break. Stay with us. No one, after lighting a lamp, puts it under a bushel. This is therefore a call to individuals, organizations, embassies, political office holders, and more to inform the world about their activities and achievements through documentaries. Here at Clearview, we parade the masters in the business of producing world-class documentaries. Show your stuff to the world by first contacting us through telephone number 0704 244 1177 or email us at clearviewnewsroom@gmail.com. Watch Clearview News at 7 p.m. daily, Monday to Friday on MITV, channel 255, DSTV, and on our YouTube and Facebook pages. Clearview News Desk. We clear the view, one time and for all time. You're welcome back. Do you have a persistent boss who just wouldn't stop sending messages to you on official matters even after the close of office hours when you've left the workplace or logged off? In countries such as Portugal, such behavior is now illegal. In this special report, Clearview attempts to find out how feasible such a law would be in the Nigerian workplace. Stress can hit anyone at any level of business, be it in a public or private setting. Recent research shows that work-related stress is widespread and is not confined to particular sectors, jobs, or industries. To improve work-life balance, Portugal took dramatic steps recently when the government approved a new set of laws to address the changing trend in the workplace. Under the new labor law, employers can face penalties for contacting their employees after office hours on official matters. The new law also mandates employers to help pay for expenses incurred by their workers on higher electricity and internet bills through working outside the office hours, among others. These new laws were designed to allow workers to distance themselves from the office when they are off and to allow them get the full advantage of their time off. A similar rule gave French workers the right to ignore after-hour business emails in 2017. Other European nations, including Germany, Italy, and Slovakia, have likewise revised their rules, allowing workers to have the legal right to enjoy their time off without having to carry the weight of work around. With a number of countries paying attention on the need for employees to have the right to enjoy their time away from work without distractions, Clearview Television interacted with some Nigerians to sample how applicable such a law would be in the average Nigerian workplace.
What is obtainable in Portugal is also obtainable here. But really, what the disconnect for? If there's an emergency, take for example medical or health professionals, and then there's an emergency, is the law saying that they should not be contacted even though they are not on call duty, right? So we should be looking at the advantages and the disadvantages as well.
I don't think that law will be applicable here, and the reason is this: we know both the rulers and the rule, we are all known for violation of rules and regulation, because everybody does what profits him or her, not what profits the entire public.
I think it will be applicable if the right channel is being applied, because most Nigerians will support this particular law.
To me, it's a foreign idea. Nigeria is built in a unique way. Portugal is built in a unique way. So the environment, the activities going on there is quite different from the activities going on in Nigeria.
Clearview Television also got mixed reactions on how effective the law, if implemented, will be in improving the quality of workers and individuals in the country.
Workers disconnect from their employers outside work hours. It's not necessarily a factor for job performance or performances. Okay, what workers need is good pay.
If such a law should be in existence here, it reduces stress. It helps to to elongate the lifespan of everyone. If it's something that will work out, I will tell you it has positive impact.
If such law come, believe me, everybody know yes, you'll be working at ease. And once anybody work at ease, but you bring out the best result.
Studies have continued to show there is far more work-related stress today than there used to be, and that the stress is constant. It is therefore pertinent for urgent attention to be given to the quality of life employees enjoy. After all, a happy employee is a productive one. Gloria Atta, reporting for Clearview Television. And now to the foreign scene. Police in Kenya have arrested a man found carrying mutilated body parts in his backpack, which he reportedly claimed belonged to his 19-year-old wife. The suspect, 29-year-old John Keima Wumba, was stopped by officers patrolling the Huruma district east of Nairobi just before dawn. Upon searching his backpack, officers discovered the body parts and were reportedly shocked by the gruesome find, according to Kenya's Directorate of Criminal Investigations (DCI). After questioning, Wambua allegedly admitted the remains belonged to his wife, Joy Farida Munani. The DCI reported that he appeared unperturbed during the discovery and interrogation. Following his arrest, Wambua led police to his home, where they found additional body parts hidden under a bed, as well as a knife and blood-soaked clothes. The DCI described the act as heinous and confirmed that Wambua would face murder charges in an upcoming court hearing. This incident adds to the alarming trend of femicides in Kenya, a country with one of the highest rates of gender-based killings in Africa. And that's the news. But before we go, a recap of the top stories. Two siblings have been reportedly roasted to death in a fire incident that gutted their home at Oluwatui quarters in Akure, the Ondo state capital. Two clerics have been arrested in Rivers by youths and handed over to operatives of the State Police Command. We also told you that police in Kenya have arrested a man found carrying mutilated body parts in his backpack, which he reportedly claimed belonged to his 19-year-old wife. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for joining us. I am Gloria Atta. Bye for now.